Hello everybody, welcome. This is My Comics Guy. I'm here with my Comic Haul video for New Comic Book Day, week of June 5th, 2019. This week was a pretty heavy week on new books, so I'm just going to get right into it. So here's what I got. The first one I'm going to start off with, the Independents, and I got Descendant, number 2 from Aftershock Studios. This one slowed down a little bit from the first issue. The first issue was really good. A lot of conspiracy theories getting started, and meet the new characters and everything. Everybody's getting introduced. Issue number 2 kind of just took everything a little further. It's more setting up for the overall story. So it's really good. I recommend this if you like secret societies and cults and conspiracy theories and things of that nature. This book will definitely appeal to you. The next one, this one's actually kind of old, but it's new to me. I picked it up this week. I got Walking Dead 191. This is actually the second print version. I read the first 140 or something issues of Walking Dead, and then I just kind of lost interest in it, and somehow it fell off my pull list, and I just wasn't getting it anymore. And but when I heard the big news about the potential death of a major character, if you've been on a rock, this might be a spoiler to you, but Rick Grimes, I had to come back. I had to see what all the fuss was about, and see if Robert Kirkman would actually do it. Now, he's been through the ringer before. He's been injured. I think he's even been shot before. So there was no guarantee that getting shot would have been the end of our boy Rick. But issue 192 came out, and if you haven't had it spoiled for you on the Key Collector app or somewhere on the internet or something, well, might want to turn this video off for a couple seconds, at least the sound. But in Walking Dead number 192, well, our boy Rick Grimes is definitely gets killed dead. I'm going to just leave it at that. Actually, this kind of renewed my interest in The Walking Dead. Now I'm kind of interested to see how they carry on without Rick. So I think this might make it back on my pull list. Next up, from Boom Studios, Ronan Island from Greg Pak, Giannis Miligidiana, something on art. This story, zombies and samurais, it's cool. It's kind of fallen into the trope of like the evil idiot, what do you call it, leader who's kind of a jerk, a despot, and he's also just really stupid. So we'll see where that leads. We'll see if this guy comes on. But the story overall is good. The art's really good. So I keep up with it. Next one, I haven't actually had a chance to read this yet. It is Deadpool number 13, War of the Realms tie-in. I don't get all the War of the Realms tie-ins. I only get the ones from the books that I'm reading, and which really is, at least in the tie-ins, is just Deadpool and Venom at the moment. So I don't have all the overall story of the War of the Realms. And actually, I'm not even that excited about the main story. Haven't even picked up issue number 4 yet, let alone number 5. I also got the 25th anniversary Marvels variant with the Scarlet Witch and Vision. I just really like this cover. And as Jim Comics would say, it's an old boy cover. So, but yeah, so I got 2 copies of the same book, but different covers. Picked up Incredible Hulk Last Call number 1. I didn't even know about this book till the other day, but as I'm a Hulk fan, I had to get it. I mean, it has Peter David kind of tying up his original run back on the Incredible Hulk, and I guess it also ties into some of what's going on in Immortal Hulk right now, so I picked that up. Cosmic Ghost Rider destroys Marvel history. Number 4. I haven't read this one yet. This will probably be one of the last books I read. I'm just not that into Cosmic Ghost Rider, but I actually talked to the writer on Instagram. He replied to one of my posts on issue number 1, and he asked me to give it a chance. So I told him I'd give it a chance all the way through. So I'm in it for the long haul, and we'll see where it goes. I don't think the writing's bad. I'm just Frank Castle being like a Deadpool. I don't know, just isn't for me. But he's a popular character. I love the way Cosmic Ghost Rider looks. We'll see issue number 4 if that gets any better. Savage Avengers number 2. Now this book is, well, both of these books, 1 and 2 so far, are have been pretty cool so far. I'm liking the just the interplay between Wolverine and Punisher and Conan the Barbarian. Kind of like how they're setting everything up. This one looks like it's going to be a pretty fun series moving on forward, and some of the solicits for the future issues have also kind of got me excited. Issue number 3, where they just have the symbiote on the sword, and then there was another in the new previews. There's an image of Conan and Frank Castle on the cover. Conan's got a heavy machine gun. Frank Castle's got a sword, so they kind of reverse their roles there a little bit, and I'm kind of interested to see if that plays out in the story itself. Moving on to DC, I picked up Deathstroke number 44. R.I.P. This obviously is kind of a play on the funeral for a friend from Superman back when Superman died in the 1990s, which kind of reshaped comic books as we know it. This issue, man, I can guarantee you Deathstroke's not going to be dead for too long. There's just no way that this title can last without Deathstroke in it. His body's in it, and really, I thought it was kind of ridiculous. All the villains got together to have a funeral for Deathstroke. I mean, come on. Are they really going to do that? Superman was kind of hovering over the festivities, just watching to make sure it didn't get out of hand. It's kind of ridiculous, which is kind of funny because this actually Deathstroke run has been a pretty good series. Christopher Priest's writing has been good, so I just look at this as just kind of like a filler issue, even though it is part 1 of this RIP storyline. But I think it's just kind of setting up some stuff, and we just have to realize it's comics and get over the fact that they have a ridiculous villain funeral for Deathstroke. Another old new book is Leviathan Rising number 1. I didn't get this one initially because I was kind of protesting the $9.99 cover price for a brand new book, but it is extra thicker book, and I kind of wanted to know what was going on to set up the Leviathan event in Superman. I haven't read this one yet, so I don't even know if it was worth the $10. Picked up the Matina variant cover of Deceased number 2. The first issue was okay. The second issue, I haven't had a lot of time this week to read a lot of these yet, so I can't give too much insight into the issues themselves. We'll see how the story goes, how it continues. I actually love the Yasmin Putri Nightmare on Elm Street homage variant cover. I didn't get a chance to pick that one up yet, but I do have it coming in my DCBS order for this month, so I will get it. I just figured I would pick up this cool Matina variant so I could read the story before the Nightmare on Elm Street cover comes in. Next one up, Young Justice number 6. The Young Justice team has been fighting in Gem World, and man, this story's just been okay. It hasn't been too exciting. Kind of curious to see more about Ginny Hex. I know we got a little bit of her background in the past. I think there's going to be more in this issue, but right now this one is just kind of okay. Now, I saw a solicit maybe a month or so back where they had a picture of Naomi with Young Justice, so I think eventually Naomi's going to wind up in this title. So I'm just kind of reading it. I've been following the Naomi series since issue number 1. Been following this since issue number 1, so it's not a terrible story. It's just not the most exciting. So I think that's what a lot of people, what their issue is with Bendis. I mean, you got the Naomi story, which is great. It's interesting. It's a mystery. There's a lot of stuff going on. Then you got this one where it's all right, but there's not a whole lot. It's just not too exciting. It's just they go to Gem World. I think this is going to tie into the Event Leviathan too. Kind of think everything Bendis is working on, at least outside of his independent stuff or creator-owned stuff, I guess if you want to call it, like Pearl or whatever. I think a lot of it's going to tie together. And then the last book that I got for this week, Justice League number 25, A Year of the Villain Prelude. Now this one, it's something I said over and over again in this video. I haven't had a chance to read this yet. But hey, what comic book fan doesn't have a huge to-read pile? But this is the first appearance of Lex Luthor. It's Apex Lex Luthor. This is the beginning of the Lex Luthor's Offer. I guess that's going to be the name of the storyline. But it's going to lead into the Year of the Villain. Now, I don't know if any of this Year of the Villain stuff's going to tie into Leviathan or not. But I do know that there's a lot of characters in Justice League, obviously, that are also a part of the Event Leviathan storyline. So I'm sure that you're going to get some stuff that's going to be kind of going on that's going to be picked up over in the Event Leviathan crossover. So that's it for my new books this week. So I've been working on some other videos. Just want to let you know I got some comic reviews. I actually went and bought a comic book collection the other day, last weekend, working on videos for those. There'll be a lot of cool stuff. Hopefully you guys like it coming up on this channel. But anyway, if you're interested in maybe coming along for the ride, do me a favor, give me a subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment too. I will answer as many comments as I can. Right now I got a whole 5 subscribers, so it's pretty easy to keep up with that stuff. But yeah, follow me and we'll go from there. Talk to you later. Bye.